he's putting his best foot forward and is like, hey, I'm going to do this despite the consequences, which literally is death. I'm still going to do it.
He said, today you judge me, but someday you will be judged. Ooh.
Oh, giving me the best advice, like have brought me closer to Christ. And like, even like they give me better advice than my church leaders.
If this were to happen nowadays, do you think Mormonism is producing youth enough that we would have a modern Helmuth Hubener?
I have met some of the most influential and most spiritual people that are my age. Like, compared to adults. Like, it'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry, it'll make you walk away and feel inspired and wanting to do more and wanting to be better, and standing up for what's right.
Scale of 1 to 10, what was the movie? You don't have to say 10, but scale of 1 to 10, how much did you like it?
12. It was cool to see, like, such a young boy that had, like, was absolutely freaking genius be put to death because I did something wrong. I'm being put to death because even though I spoke out the truth.
This episode is brought to you by the Go and Do Travel Wave Makers 2025 LDS Podcaster Cruise. If you guys want to come hang out with me on a boat, as well as Greg Maxton, Jacob Hansen, Hayden and Jackson, Paul, David Boyce, Dave Butler, and Jasmine Rappley, you got to check out the links in the description. Make sure you use the coupon code WARDRadio10 to receive 10% off. Now back to the video. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Ward Radio. I'm your host, Cardon. Today, I'm joined via Zoom by Ella Katzenback, contributor at Ward Radio News, and we're going to be discussing this article she just wrote on the Ward Radio News blog about an influencer screening that we just went to. Angel Studios.
Very fun.
Invited us to an influencer meeting here, influencer screening, sorry, that's the word I was looking for, of Truth and Treason, the movie about Helmuth Hubener, the young German boy who was the youngest resistance fighter against the Nazis in Hamburg, Germany, who was unfortunately put to death for his very effective anti-propaganda work in Hamburg. But I was actually amazed, Ella, at how many people were unfamiliar with the story of Helmuth. And by the way, I'm still trying to pronounce it correctly. I've been bathed in the waters of German pronunciation over the past 2 weeks as I've familiarized myself with both Angel Studios and the history of this movie. I always thought it was Helmuth Hubener because it's spelled with a TH, but it's Helmuth Hubener.
Helmuth, yeah.
So really fast, you came over there with a carload of Gen Z. You were surrounded by a bunch of Gen Z influencers. What is Gen Z's reaction to the story of Helmuth Hubener?
Oh man, it was inspiring. Like, it was cool to see like such a young boy that had like was absolutely freaking genius, to come up with the idea of like sneakily just like dropping messages in people's mailboxes and getting the word out. Like, that's like super inspiring of just like, despite like the massive opposition that you have, like do what you can to do what's right.
All right. Yeah. Awesome. So I'm actually going to turn down the sound on this thing so that we don't actually end up hearing all of the sound and get copyright struck. But I'll be just playing parts of the trailer while we're talking. For those of you that are unfamiliar with this is, a film by Angel Studios, literally about the youngest boy to ever be put to death or tried by the People's Court in Germany. And
the highest one, right?
Yeah, the highest People's Court.
One.
And he was tried because he was so effective. He was tried as an adult, even though he was a minor. I mean, it was incredible. So you saw the movie. What was your favorite part? What was the part that stuck out to you the most where you're like, holy smoke, like so many people have been inspired when they see this. They're like, dude, why aren't we teaching this in Sunday school? You know what I'm saying? Like, so what was the part that stuck out to you? And what was the part that stuck out to all the other Gen Z kids that you were hanging out with? Because it seems there's an entire generation that are unfamiliar with this story. So first you and then others.
Okay, my favorite part that stuck out to me, honestly, was when he was doing his testimony and he was like, I am not going to, be put to death because I did something wrong. I'm being put to death because even though I spoke out the truth. That was my favorite part. I'm like, dude, what a bar. Like, he's standing up in this court in front of the highest, like, authority, and he's, like, telling him, like, you are wrong. You guys are going to lose. Watch.
Oh.
And they didn't believe him. He's, like, literally saying, he's looked at him straight in the face. He's like, you guys really think you're going to win by mass genocide? Think again, because you're not.
Oh, and it would, you know what? It's interesting. That was not my favorite part. I don't have a favorite part, but I do remember that being a powerful part. And I would die if I could remember the quote right now. He said, "Today you judge me, but someday you will be judged." That was, And so when you say his testimony, you don't mean his testimony in church earlier on in the movie. You mean his final judgment testimony in the people's court.
Yep.
Okay, interesting. So that was your favorite part. That's a good part.
That's my favorite part.
That's a good favorite part to have. What about the other guys you came with? Guys are different than girls. Girls like the emotional and the profound. Guys like the explosions. No, I'm just kidding. What was what did the guys that you came with say?
The guys, I think they really liked the part where he was just like, in action, just like doing it, writing it out, putting it in the mailboxes. Like, he's putting his best foot forward and is like, hey, I'm going to do this. Despite the consequences, which literally is death, I'm still going to do it.
Hey guys, we're going to press pause just for 1 second to remind you guys this episode is also sponsored by scripturenotes.com, the coolest way of reading your scriptures online. If you guys want a free 14-day trial, please visit scripturenotes.com. Also, mention us in the checkout for a small discount. Links will be in the description. Roll tape. Yeah, that was pretty intense. So, sometimes I wonder, and I would be curious to see your take on this, Ella.
Okay.
Do you think nowadays, and on our screen there you can see when the bishop of the ward, Xander, was writing the Jews are forbidden sign, which now we look back as just anathema, but you kind of wonder, if this were to happen nowadays, do you think Mormonism is producing youth enough that we would have a modern Helmuth Hubener?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think that I don't want to say I'm biased because I'm in this generation, but like, I have met some of the most influential and most spiritual people that are my age, like compared to adults. Like I've had friends that have literally given me the best advice, like have brought me closer to Christ, and like even they give me better advice than my church leaders. So yeah, I think there's got to be someone out there that has the same mindset as Helmuth, right?
Yeah, Helmuth. I know. If you say Helmuth, nobody's gonna judge you.
I don't want to botch it. I don't want to disrespect the name. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So, you think if we did a ward radio screening, we could fill a theater? Because they've asked if we want to do a ward radio screening free for BYU students. So actually, I might have to look into that. Why don't you guys let us know in the comments below if you would be interested in checking out a free screening of Truth and Treason for students at BYU or UVU. We'd make it some kind of, cool, if you're a student, you get in free kind of thing or something. Mm-hmm. But I'm actually very refreshed and very happy to say you think that we could actually produce that again. Because sometimes, I don't know, I'm cynical. Sometimes I don't know,
I have confidence.
Okay.
I have confidence.
All right. That's good to hear. Well, that gives me confidence that, hey, maybe it's worth working hard to get a free screening going for the guys. So unfortunately, we got to go. We ran out of time already. But let us know in the comments below if you would be interested in checking out a free screening of Truth and Treason if you're a student at BYU or if you're a student at UVU or your family of a student and so on and so forth. And then also, I've got an extra shirt here. I had an extra shirt left over from the screening, Ella. Did you get a shirt?
I didn't get a shirt, man.
Oh, you didn't get a shirt? Okay.
What the heck? I didn't get a shirt.
Yeah, then I'm going to make sure you get a Truth and Treason shirt. This is the smallest we got. I have a feeling you're a small. So I'm going to make sure that you get a small, but I have another small. So if you guys, I guess what I'll do is if you are a small shirt and you buy something in the merch store, the first person that buys something in the merch store and in the note with the order says, give me that small Truth and Treason shirt, you're going to walk away with a free Truth and Treason shirt that I just boosted Yeah, that I just boosted from the screening, and you guys will get it. So anyway, the name of the movie, you guys got to check it out if you can. It's Truth and Treason. It's directed by Matt Whitaker. Scale of 1 to 10, what was the movie? You don't have to say 10, but scale of 1 to 10, how much did you like it?
12. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It'll make you walk away and feel inspired and wanting to do more and wanting to be better, and standing up for what's right.
Oh, that's funny. I'll have Angel Studios send you a check. A 12, you say? Wow.
A 12.
I mean, I was going to go cynical and say 9.5 out of 10 because I don't give anybody 10s, but here you are jumping the shark and saying a 12. That's awesome.
And everything you needed. A drama, had a history, and it had a great message. And a romantic.
There was the girl that was dating Helmuth. Yeah. It's
practically. It didn't go anywhere, though.
Yeah, it's true. It was almost a date movie. Almost a date movie.
It was almost. But it's okay.
That's funny. All right, so let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you, Ella, for hanging out with us. If you guys want to see more of... Yeah, if you guys want to see more of Ella, make sure you guys check out Ward Radio News. Sign up for the newsletter there. If you want to help us out in the studio, please consider assisting us with some of our equipment on our Amazon wish list. All of those links will be below. And please join us in the Discord. There are links in the description. Our Discord community is freaking awesome. And it's a great place to be, to hang out with like-minded individuals. So who knows, maybe if we ever have to organize our own resistance, there'll be a group of us there on Discord, right?
We already have it. We're dialed.
Yeah, we already got it. We're dialed.
We're already dialed, man. Don't worry.
That's awesome. For this and more, please make sure you guys check us out at wardradio.com.